Hey guys, what's up? And welcome back to Quality Shot Tennis. Today we've got Keys taking on Sabalenka in the final of the Australian Open. How is everybody doing? So, going to be commentating this one for today. We've got both players currently warming up. Serves 4-1 is the record for Sabalenka. The one time that Keys won was on grass courts, but you might remember a tight moment in 2023 U.S. Open where Keys served for the match against Sabalenka in the semifinals. Sabalenka would not win that tournament either, but that was a very memorable match. Sabalenka taking out Badoza, Pavlyuchenkova in her last match, as Keys has taken out both Rybakina and Swiatek. Keys has been on a rampage of rampages. How's everybody doing? You might notice also that Sabalenka is going for her third consecutive Australian Open title. She'd be the first since Martina Hingis. She'd be joining the likes of Hingis, Monica Seles. There are very few women who have won 3 consecutive Australian Open titles. You may have noticed I didn't name Serena. So it's a very rare feat. Hey guys, don't forget to like, subscribe. Match start is going to get started soon. Yep, match starting soon. Good morning, Joe. Yep, it's 3:45 here. But we're doing it. We're doing the thing. It's going to be good. All right, let me know your predictions. I've got Maddie. I really genuinely I feel like I'm going to choose Madsen Keys. Most people are going to pick Sabalenka. I get it, man. But Madsen Keys, the way she played that semi against Swiatek, I think it's her time. I just feel like it's her time. She's playing unbelievable, and she's playing with confidence. She's stepping up in the big moments at the end of matches. The way she stepped up with the aces at the end of the match against Swiatek, the way she hit a flawless forehand winner on match point against Rybakina. She's confident. She's here. And just the whole match against Iga, very tough. The second set, outrageous. I'm going with Maddie Keys in 3 sets. Let me know your predictions. For sure, we're going to have the ball destroyed. I'm never making any more predictions, okay? All right, we're getting started. Yeah, I've got Maddie. And honestly, very well could be wrong, but that would be my betting prediction. That's not even like something I'm saying. If I was betting, I would bet more on Maddie than on Saba. But we'll see what happens. That's just how high I currently am on Madsen Keys. Serve that hits the net and goes out. Second serve. How's it going? Good morning, Chica. Absolutely. Just home for a great match. Absolutely. Terry says Saba. All right. Let's see what happens. Backhand goes to the forehand of Sabalenka. That's a big forehand, statement forehand, inside in, into the deuce side corner. 15 all as we're getting started up here. The American taking on the Belarusian in a showdown of big forehands. But who's going to have the big guts and the big moments here is going to be important to see. 15 all. Serve, backhand Keys, big to the forehand Sabalenka. It's in the net, 15-30. As mentioned, Sabalenka has lost a hardcourt final before. She lost to Coco Gauff, another American player, in the final of the U.S. Open in 2023. But other than that, last year she won the Australian Open, U.S. Open, and she's looking for 3 in a row. Very hard to do that, but definitely capable of it. She's already won 2 in a row. Forehand cross goes to the forehand of Keys. That's going to go out 30 all. Madsen Keys, fantastic player. Can't believe she hasn't been higher than world number 7. She's been to so many slam semifinals. She's been to a slam final. Yeah, I don't really understand how she hasn't been higher than number 7. I think at her best, she easily could be top 3, at least top 5. Makes little sense to me. I'm hoping that her career highs are only ahead of her. It could be one of her last chances to really win a slam here. Could not be, but something to consider. It's a double fall from Sabalenka, which is not a great start. Wide. I mean, she goes for basically an second serve, and she doesn't make it. I'm pretty sure she didn't mean to cut it that close. Because even if, I mean, it was nearly in, but even if it was, she cut it way too close. Which is not a great sign for Sabalenka early. Could be some early jitters. Sabalenka has been to more slam finals than Keys. This is Keys' second. Backhand cross goes to forehand to Sabalenka. Inside out goes to backhand of Keys. Right off the line. Forehand, that's big. Maddie Keys draws first blood and breaking Sabalenka. That's a good start. I'll tell you what. Keys up 1-0. Hey, we got a final or what? Keys done so amazing, especially after making changes to her racket 6 months ago. Exactly. Right now, this is Keys' prime, right? She's doing. It's very exciting to see her have a tournament like this. I've always thought that she's dangerous. Like even earlier in this tournament, even before she beat Rybakina, I was like, she's dangerous. Keys is dangerous. I've always looked at Keys as somebody who's dangerous. Did I expect her to have this run? No. So I'm excited to see her have it though, because I've always thought that she has the potential to win a slam, which is completely uncontroversial. She's been close. I think it would be a good sight. All right, 15 love for Maddie. Appreciate everybody joining in so far. Don't forget to like the stream, all that stuff. Subscribe. We're only getting started here as we had to serve down the tee. It's going to be a forehand return back on her side. 30 love. Maddie Keys stepping up with authority. May the tennis ball stay safe with these two heavyweights on either side. They're going to be absolutely destroying the tennis ball throughout this match. That's a big forehand from Sabalenka. Keys gets it. Good defense. Forehand drive volley. Ooh, Keys with a good hustle, but not good enough. 30-15. Yeah, I'm back in Keys here. We'll see if my gut feeling stays true, but it's not just a gut feeling. It's like a massive gut feeling that this is Keys' time to shine. I don't know if it'll happen, but her level and confidence in this tournament has really been something to admire. Nobody's won a tournament beating Rybakina, Sabalenka, and Swiatek all in the same tournament, though, right? Surely. That hasn't happened. Ons Jabeur beat Rybakina and Sabalenka in the same tournament at Wimbledon, but she wasn't able to step up in the final against Vondrousova, and she certainly didn't beat Swiatek as well. Forehand volley. Keys gets it. A little bit tough there. I don't know if she hit that volley as cleanly as she would have wanted to in her head. But it's 40-30. Put away. Hope so. Yep. Certainly think it's very possible, Joe. Forehand. That's going to go out. 2-0. 2-0 for Maddie Keys. I want to take a look at her semifinals that she's lost at slam level, because I just want to take a look at them. So we know the final in 2017. Sloane Stephens beat Keys in the final 6-3, 6-0. Very one-sided. That was Stephens' time to shine. Is it Keys' time to shine? We'll see. Now, semifinal, 2015 Australian Open. That was her first semifinal. Lost to Serena. 7-6, 6-2. Not a bad loss to Serena Williams. Pretty good player. Not bad. Stephens beat her again at the French, 6-4, 6-4. The French, not really going to be her best tournament. That was the one semifinal she made at the French. 2018 U.S. Open. She loses to Naomi Osaka at the U.S. Open when she was on a rampage. They're beating Serena in the final. Not a bad loss either. 2022 Australian Open. Loses to Ash Barty down in Australia when Ash Barty became the first Australian woman and was playing amazing. That's not a bad loss. And then Wimbledon had a good run too. But then, U.S. Open should have served out Sabalenka, couldn't quite. But now is this her time playing the best tennis I've ever seen Madison Keys play. And that says a lot because she's a very good, solid player. But that's kind of the story so far. Running into Serena, Peak, Sloane Stevens, Ash Barty, Naomi Osaka. It's not been so easy for Keys. She misses that forehand. 15-all. Sabalenka needs to hold this game to feel like she has a chance in this first set. Honestly, she can't go down a double break, can she? That would be bad news. We've only just gotten started, but that's certainly the opposite of a dream start for Sabalenka if she goes down that early here. Backhand cross goes to the backhand of Sabalenka. Forehand of Keys, big inside out. That inside out forehand has been rocking Sabalenka with a bit of a look. She's like, "Who's this?" She's like, "It's like a version of me that's just on a rampage." By the way, Keys is looking for revenge from that U.S. Open semifinal. Don't get it twisted. I have no doubt in my mind that is somewhat of a motivation. Any motivation you can get as an athlete, it only helps. And that, I'm sure, is one of the many added motivating factors for Madison Keys. And it will help. Serve from Sabalenka, I have no doubt. Backhand goes to the backhand. Sabalenka down the line. Forehand. It's a slice. We saw that a lot against Swiatek, neutralizing and defending. It's a forehand out. 30-all. Big roar from Sabalenka. He said that making changes to her racket has given her more control of the ball. Interesting. It definitely seems like she has more control of the ball, and that's a dangerous thing for somebody with that amount of power on her shots. Although you do hear about the safety in the quick strokes, quick swings the ball, the racket head control. But yeah, it's a dangerous thing with Keys. It's a good serve from Sabalenka, very solid. There you go. Arena getting to 40-30. I'm probably not going to be able to do the men's final like I am tonight. The fact that I'm even doing this one is nearly miraculous at 3 a.m. because I've a pretty big day on either side of this. I had a pretty big day yesterday, filled up with a lot of work and other stuff. And then tomorrow I'm working again and have other stuff going on. So I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do the men's final because I have something on Sunday morning. So it's just like in the middle of the night isn't ideal. Keys misses a back and return. So it is 2-1 right into the net. So I'm probably not going to do the men's final, but Faison will, I think, probably likely have it. So that'll be good. Her string tension was too tight. It gave her loads of powers, but was prone to errors. Okay, interesting. So that's an interesting thing for somebody this late into her career to be playing around with, because I usually hear string tension isn't the thing that players usually kind of know what they like. So that's good to see, though. Anything that helps Keys now feel like she can go one step further than she's been able to is really exciting. But it just absolutely blows my mind that Keys has not been higher than world number 7. Like, it's actually outrageous. 9 career titles, 391 wins, 220 losses. I don't know the exact percentage, but that's got to be a pretty good win rate. But particularly in slams, I mean, she's at least 67% win rate at every major. Name a lot of players that have that. Over 70%, over 71% at 3 out of the 4 majors. With this being her, what'd I say? 7th semifinal, right? So I'm impressed by Maddie, and I think her career high should be number 3. I don't understand why I'm seeing number 7. Like, it's one of the weirdest career high rankings I've ever seen. Statement back in, by the way, inside out to start out the game. Perfect. Pitch perfect in the corner. Pitch perfect ace. I mean, she's just built out of something different in this tournament. I don't think she's going to have the fear about her, like, oh, I'm playing Sabalenka, because she just took out Swiatek and Rybakina. I think her mindset is going to be like, I should have won 2017 US Open, or I should have given myself chances at this tournament, 2023 US Open. And she's like, this is finally my time, right? She had to go through Serena Williams, Naomi Osaka. I think at this point, she's like, I don't care who's in front of me. It's not going to get any easier. Let me just try to put my head down and work. That's my guess as to what her mindset is. But interesting to see how Sabalenka handles it if she loses the first set. 100%. But it would be a very different circumstance than, let's say, like the 2023 US Open final, where she lost the match, but she did win the first set. And she was pretty steady in charge. Yeah, it would be an interesting thing to see how she handles it. I'm thinking back to her other slam finals. I don't remember. Did she lose the first set in any of the other ones? I'm trying to remember back to the Sabalenka Rybakina. I think she won the first set, right? It was definitely a 3-setter. I know that for sure. But let me check. Don't remember. Oh, she lost the first set. Okay, Rybakina took the first set. So that's the only time, though, that she's lost the first set in a slam final. And she did end up winning the match. So she'd have to really evoke the same kind of thing that she evoked in her very first slam final against Rybakina. Pretty similar circumstance, potentially. How many times does Saba come back from one set down and slam? So that was the only time, first slam. I've always wanted Maddie to win Wimbledon. She definitely could. I mean, you and me both, Joe. I think Keys has a better chance of winning Wimbledon than Coco, maybe. In a way. I've always liked Maddie on grass. Or at least near term. For Keys over Goff. Forehand goes down the line, backhand slice of Keys, that's in the net. 15 love. Yeah, there's some players that I just have noted down in my head for grass courts. And by the way, Tommy Paul on the men's side has in recent years become one of those names. I'm waiting for him to have a deep run at Wimbledon. I really think it's in him. But we'll see if my hunch is accurate. But I think he can make a semifinal or final at Wimbledon at some point. His game is so good for grass. Like I really, his game is perfect for grass courts. But anyway, but yeah, Keys is on that short list on the women's. Hell yeah. Coco has chances everywhere else, right? But at and she has, I mean, the chance at Wimbledon, but I'd put her in like Swiatek category. I'm not really expecting it right now. Forehand, big. That's going to be too big from Sabalenka. Let's go. 30-15. I do like both of these players, which is a thing that I say a lot on here. They're not my two favorites, but I do like both. It's always true when I say it. I'm not going to BS it. There are players that I don't like. I've been quite vocal that Sabalenka is one of my favorites to watch. Oh, what a forehand cross-court passing shot, 30 all. And I do like Maddie as well. Hey, I was going MJ. Goff needs more time on the ball, so U.S. Open RG suit Coco. 100%. Couldn't agree with you more. 100%. Those are her best two, in my opinion. She's going to win Roland Garros some year. It's one of the next, I would think one of the next 3 years for sure. Maybe even this year. Ooh, that's a double fall from Sabalenka. Danger time, break point. This is every tennis point is worth 1 point. No matter if you hit the cool shot, whether you hit the net and it dribbles over, it's worth 1 point. But guess what? Each point, some points are worth a little bit more than others, just in terms of where they come in a match, right? 40 love, worth less than this one to be a double break for Madison Keys. Sabalenka serving at 3-1. Belarusian trying to keep this first set competitive. Serve out wide. Keys gets it. Great defensive return. Forehand goes to the forehand of Maddie. Forehand Sabalenka big. Now dictating. Oh, what a shot from Maddie. Her defense outrageous. 4-1 for Madison Keys. Well deserved with two incredible defensive shots in that first set. Good stuff for Maddie if she can race through this first set. That didn't even happen when Rybakina took the first set against Sabalenka here 2 years ago. Let's go. Madison Keys up to 4-1. Nice. Wow, what a start, right? Wow. The first shot was great, the return. I didn't expect that, but the second shot was holy crap. What a way to keep it low on defense. Well, I thought the point was over, right? Good stuff. Anthony, props for doing this. It's like 4 a.m. I appreciate it. I had a long day. I didn't know if it was going to be feasible, but yeah. Thanks for that. Yeah. Well, I've got energy for now, so see if it keeps up. Backhand slice. Goes to the backhand Sabalenka. That's going to be out. 15 love. So we could be seeing a reverse of the Goff final in terms of second and third sets was an error fest from Sabalenka in that final. We're starting out with quite a few Sabalenka errors here, and also double faults. It's quite jittery from Saba. Backhand slice goes up to the Sabalenka forehand. Backhand of key. Oh, it's outrageous. What defense to offense? Forehand cross. Forehand Sabalenka. Backhand slice. Oh, what a shot! Madison Keys. Ayo. Get out of here. This isn't what we're doing. Sabalenka just has to laugh. This is ridiculous. Keys, by the way, making 93% of first serves in. That's got to be one of the shots of the tournament. What the hell was that? Just out of nowhere, hit a drop shot winner. That was outrageous. This is a player that's been in the zone for the whole tournament. 40 love. Absolutely crazy. What is happening? Jesus Christ. What was that? What was that shot? It wasn't even a forehand down the line winner. It was just a backhand slice, casual as you like. Sabalenka had to laugh. How did that cross the net? Everything's crossing the net. 5-1. Madison Keys reinventing the game of tennis to freaking say, let me freaking win one of these, okay? Trying to be the first American to win a slam since Coco, right? In 2023 U.S. Open. Got the oven on. Crazy stuff. I woke up to use bathroom going back to La La Land. All right. Appreciate you joining in. Your new counterpart only seems to do men's matches. Yeah. I love women's and men's. I was watching a college match earlier yesterday, I guess. And I was enjoying the women's even more than the men's. How old Lindsay Davenport wins her first slam? I don't remember. I don't know. I wasn't even born, right? I don't know. I have no idea. Was she like 16, 17? McKee's looking to win her first major at 29. This is the longest ever period between first and second slam finals of a player in the history of, or the open era at least, or the history. I don't remember. But I don't know. People say like in the open era, just like no matter what, even if it is all time. And then also people just say all time, even if it's only open era. Like it's just People don't take the effort to actually care about what was before the open era, period, which is annoying. Sabalenka can't find any range or rhythm here. It's like been 20 minutes and Keys is about to breadstick her. This is outrageous. Sabalenka's like, man, I was happy not to see Swiatek on the other side, but she's like, this ain't any better. Oh, I think Sabalenka just makes it. Keys was sure that was going to go out. Keys had to give a bit of a smile. I thought it was going out. The AI Hawkeye is calling that an inch in. Starting some beef with Maddie, who thought she was going to get 2 set points, 30 all. That was not what Sabalenka intended. Maddie is streaky. Well, she's been streaky for about 5 matches, so we'll see. Backhand goes to the backhand of Keys down the line. Forehand to Sabalenka. Backhand slice Keys. Backhand Sabalenka goes to forehand to Keys. Forehand volley. Backhand Keys for passing shot again. Cross court, big shot. That's gutsy. Usually I'd say just go down the line again, but Keys knew what she was doing. And if she's able to hit that shot and hit it as well as she did there, then that is the right play, I guess. So, good stuff. But just great stuff. I mean, that forehand cross court, every shot is just so impressive. She's really on it. She's playing like a world number 1 in this tournament. And that caught my eye immediately. Because if you can play like a world number 1, not just for one match, but like the whole tournament, hey, guess what? You might win that tournament. That might mean that something special is going on. Because there's really no reason not to. If you're looking fearless and playing like a world number 1 against Swiatek and Rybakina, I don't see a reason why that doesn't keep up against Sabalenka. But let's see. Sabalenka trying to become the first woman to win 3 consecutive Australian Opens for the first time since Hingis. So we'll see if she can do the three-peat. But I'll tell you what, her opponent on the other side, despite her being the 19th seed, is not making this easy. 1-4 and deuce. 1-5 and deuce. Even worse. Sabalenka wishes it was 1-4. Actually, I guess that wouldn't be that much better. Advantage to Sabalenka. Once again, guys, please don't forget to like the stream as well. It helps the stream circulate, which is always great. We want to get as many people in here as possible, ideally. And then, and don't forget to like and subscribe as well. Oh, forehand return is huge. Joe, what'd you say? Turn the oven on? There you go. What a shot. Holy crap. Keys just hitting big blows after big blows. Sabalenka definitely would want to hit that serve a little bit deeper than that, but it still was a good serve. It's a crazy good return. Pick your target and rip. Serve Sabalenka goes to the back of the Keys. That's in the net. I feel like Sabalenka is going to hold here and going to pressure Keys to serve it out. Let's see if that happens. Sabalenka will want a big serve here. So out wide, back to Keys, supporting Sabalenka for the Keys. Gets the deuce. This is insane from Keys, to say the very least. I mean, rarely do I say insane as an understatement, but she's really playing insane. Barely put a foot wrong. You can't miss a first serve. 93% earlier. Not the moment. Which new counterpart? Not the moment. Yeah, I agree. Alex does new women's batch. I don't think I've seen him do a single one. Saying she wins and loses sets lopsided. Yeah. No, 100%. I mean, it does happen. I mean, we saw against Sabalenka, she won the first set 6-0 at the U.S. Open, and then she lost the next 2. So you just never really know with Keys. But at this tournament, she's been just go, right? Saving a match point. Interesting, I'll ask him. That's where we see if Maddie can hold her nerves and see out the match. I think she can. I agree. But that it's always the big moment, right, Joe? He admitted when I asked him. Yeah, some people just aren't used to watching women's. That doesn't mean that they will never give it a chance or something. So hopefully they do. I hope people see the light with women's tennis and that it's freaking crazy good. I've been definitely enjoyed the women's side a little bit more than the men's side for the second week. The men's side has been pretty weak for this second week. I'm almost not that excited for the final even. Question mark on the men's side. I feel like Sinner's got it. Zverev is really not playing that well, all things considered. People are like, Zverev's gonna win his first slam. If by win his first slam you mean be 3/4 of his way to collect a career Grand Slam of final losses, not to jinx Yannick at all, but I really don't think Zverev is gonna win. I'll be massively shocked if he loses. Especially after Cincinnati, his win over Zverev there. I don't think I'll be shocked. Also, Sinner's won like 20 matches in a row. Zverev's playing worse now than he was this time last year at the Australian Open. And I that's genuinely how I feel. I think Zverev is quite clearly playing worse than he was this time last year, at the Australian Open. So I don't think Zverev is going to win at all. I would have been less surprised to see him win 2020 US Open, 2024 Australian Open, 2024 Roland Garros for sure. This one, I'm really just not feeling it. Sinner is playing outrageous. I really just don't see it, but like I see very few people beating Sinner. I think I would have given Novak a shot. If Alcaraz just absolutely goated, maybe him, but probably not. Sinner right now is just a different animal. I don't think people can say like, "Oh, Sinner's gonna lose," but it's to actually do it. To me, I don't think it's gonna happen at all. But Sinner's cruising exactly. The only way Sinner wins is if Sinner retires. The only way the only way Zverev wins. Yeah, I think that's what he meant. Because that's a ridiculous statement. The only way Sinner wins is if Sinner retires. I don't think that's true. I could be wrong. Maybe that's a hot take. I don't think the only way Sinner wins is if he retires. All right, 15 all. Keys is 3 points away here. Keys just catching the back of the line, but that's all it takes in tennis, right? Here we go, 15 all. And then she misses the next shot. Forehand chip goes to the back of the Keys. That's in the net. Keys got to hold her nerve. There's no doubt about it. She does have a double cushion, but it's only harder when you miss that first. You very much ideally want to serve it out with your first break. You don't want to let it go back to 6-4 if you can. Forehand to Sabalenka goes to forehand to Keys, goes back to forehand Sabalenka. I felt like she could have hit to the back end there. It's a drop shot. I mean, poor service game from Madison Keys, to say the least. 15-40. It's been misses from her. Suddenly the momentum has stopped. It's 15-40. Hey, all. To be honest, WTA Tour has more depth than WATP side. To an extent, I think both have depth, but honestly, just this tournament. I think people are over like saying stuff like, "Oh, the ATP is so boring," and like there's no depth. I don't agree, but I think the WTA is definitely in a very good spot. I think I would definitely say more than good depth. I would say that WTA is very consistent now with the top players making the last 8 in the final 4. I think that's what I would say more than anything. Honestly, that's a wild backhand, part of a wild game, curbing some momentum for Maddie Keys, and suddenly you feel like Sabalenka is well within the set. 3-5. Keys speaking to her coaches, which is a thing now. Grand Slams 3 versus 5 there is different. Yeah. Hey, Lexi, how's it going? I meant the other way. No, I know. Hello. It is stupid o'clock for me. Appreciate you joining in. He retires after Zverev retires. If he retires after Zverev retires. Well, I mean, yeah, I guess, but that's not. What would that be? That would be just retires from tennis. Hopefully not. Hopefully not, Sean. Right? Um, but yeah, I mean, true. that'd be funny. Who retires first? Zverev's like, I retire. Sarah's like, no, me. All right, 3 points away. Keys. That's silly. Forehand that hits the net, goes over, backhand slice, goes to the forehand of Sabalenka. Forehand of Keys, goes to the forehand of Sabalenka. That's in the net, love 30. Keys 2 points away. I'm going for Keys. Let's go. Absolutely. Keys. See if she can break through. She's looking for her first major. Quality shots, very about so many break points that he squandered. Yeah. Yeah, he does all the time, right? Spokesman for the league responsible basically said 1 to 2, most likely 2. Okay. Feel the more players can be the top 10/5 before the ATP. It's difficult to see players beating Carlos, Novak, Yannick. Well, Novak, I think, is becoming a little bit more within range, but yeah, he's still there for sure. I think I think that's fair. Although Carlos is also beaten every now and again. It's just like Yannick is just on another planet, right? It's a big forehand from Sabalenka, inside in, 30 off. I mean, honestly, I haven't said that much about strategy or tactics here, but it's really, there's no strategy or tactics when a player is playing this well as Madsen Keys is. I mean, both players want to dictate, but when Keys isn't missing first serves and making ridiculous shots like that backhand slice or whatever the hell that was, that ended up being a drop shot winner, there's really not much you can do other than just like kind of wait a little bit for the level to go down and just kind of hold your own fort down. Wild second serve from the Belarusian. Set point for Madsen Keys here. Wild shot. Set point number 2. It says number 2. I don't really understand what they mean by that. She hasn't had a set point, right? Am I wrong? Pretty sure it's set point number 1. Did she have one at 5-1? I don't know. Anyway, it's a set point. Oh, yeah, she did. That's right. Backhand Keys. That's not a great first serve, by the way. Backhand down the line is going to be too big. Madsen Keys finding the keys to the match quite well so far. If I want to make a terrible pun. Anyway, it is 6-3 for the American the first set. Nearly flawless. If it wasn't for that 5-2 game, I would call it a flawless first set. But she did what she needed in that 5-3 game. So she was like, you know what? I don't really want to hold. I'll break. Fair enough. She's going to serve first in the second. See ball, hit ball. If you can hit the ball harder than the opponent, that's the best strategy of all, right? The ATP in a couple of years will be strong, and I think some of these young guys need a bit more experience. I could not agree with you more. I think a guy like JC Shang, I think a guy like Jack Draper, I think a guy like Sebi Korda, I think a guy like Ben Shelton, I think a guy like Menzik, Fonseca, Prismich, I think a guy like Artur Fils, I think a guy like Sinner, a guy like Alcaraz, a guy like Musetti as well. I think a lot of Runa, I think these guys are strong. And I think with time, in 2 or 3 years, we're going to have a very good and interesting landscape to men's tennis. Matteo Arnaldi is quite good. And there's a lot of young guys that are fun to watch, very fast, good shot makers, a little bit more versatile in their shots maybe than even this last generation. I think it's exciting. I think it's going to be an exciting era within 2 or 3 years. I agree. It's like we're currently living through it's kind of like we're currently living through like 2002 through 2003 or 2001 through 2003 of men's tennis. Between Sampras, Agassi, and the Big Three era, it was a little bit more not sure where you're gonna get. A little bit more in between. Sinner and Alcaraz are so good, so young that it's a little bit different, maybe. And the Big Three, were winning slams at the end of their reign, so they really just really just directly gave the torch to Sinner and Alcaraz. It feels like, but yeah, Zverev only wins if Sinner retires. No, I got you. Yeah, Federer was amazing, one of the greatest athletes ever. She did. Saba is faulty. Yeah, Fernley, Tien, Mickelson. Yeah, I mean, not on the level of those guys, right? But definitely possible. I don't think they are, but they could. I mean, Tien is very good though, and Mickelson I think is better than people give him credit for in general. Saba's faulty. Yeah, a lot of errors, right? Key shut the door on Sabalenka. Oh dear, 100%. But yeah, let's try not to make too many puns, right? It's not what we're here for. We're not going down to that level. What's going on here? All right, Sabalenka off court, I think. So Key's still waiting. Let me ask a question though. If you had to do a draft and pick let's do this. 5 young players on the women's side and 5 young players on the men's side. Who are you choosing? Who are you choosing? You had to do a draft. Um I mean, you had to do your own draft of just choosing 5 players. And those are going to be your 5 players for the next 15 years. Who would you take on the women's side? Who are you taking on the men's side? Starting right now, this moment for the next 15 years. Who are you taking? I'm taking Jakub Mensik for sure. Let me start off with that. Mensik for sure. I very much think Mensik is a future world number 1. I don't know if he's going to be as good as Sinner and Alcaraz, but I think he's extremely good. I think he has world number 1 potential. I really do. So let me start off with him. I'll take Mensik. I'll take Sinner. I'll take Alcaraz, obviously. Who else? I'll take Holger. I'll take Holger. And I'll take I mean at this point, screw it. I was gonna say Fonseca. I'll take Arthur Fils. Yeah, I'll take Fils, Mensik, Sinner, Alcaraz, and Holger Rune. And I'll say the women's side as well. I like the kids too. Fonseca, Tien, Mensik, Mickelson. Yeah. Men's, Fonzie, Draper, Shelton, Sinner, and Alcaraz. Okay. Interesting. Fonseca, Shelton. There you go. Did you see the kids champ? No. What happened? What happened there for the juniors? Fonseca, Shelton, Rune, Alcaraz, Sinner. So okay. So say same thing, I guess, or very similar to Joe, but you just have Draper and Rune. Joe, of course, Shelton, Draper, Mensik, Fonseca, and hopefully Tien. Yeah. Sinner too old for that, maybe. I mean, whatever. I don't know. You can choose whoever you want. You can even choose Djokovic if you want, but just don't know if you'd want to, but backhand, that's gonna go long. Then for the ladies, for the ladies, let me see. Yeah, well, Sabalenka, Swiatek, Coco. Um, I don't know if I would choose Zhang. Mira, 100%. I really think Mira is going to win a lot of slams, like a lot of slams, maybe more than anybody. Mira, Swiatek, Sabalenka, Coco, and maybe Zhang. Is there anybody else that I hope Peyton Stearns can do something. Raducanu exists, but at this point, it's looking dire, right? Yeah, I'll take Zhang, I guess, but the 5th player I'm not quite as confident about. But Mira, Swiatek, Sabalenka, Coco, I guess, are quite obvious picks. Oh, Rabakina as well, right? I didn't say Rabakina. I'll take Yelena. I'll take Yelena over Zhang. I'll say Rabakina, Coco, Swiatek, Sabalenka, and Mira Andreeva. But I'm taking Mira number 1. I think Mira is going to win more slams than any other active player. We'll see if that ends up aging really badly, but I'm not going to say I think that. But I'm just gonna say I think she has the capability of doing that. I forgot about Rabakta. I did as well. Mira, yep. Mira's my number one in my draft pick. Alcaraz is my number one pick on the men's side. For me, give me Alcaraz, give me Mira. Forehand, Sabalenka, big return. She's looking for an early break, just like Madsen Keys did for her, 30-40. She's looking for a repeat of the Australian Open result a few years ago. Backhand slice. Oh, Sabalenka had the forehand. I can't believe she missed it. That's what champions are made of, though. She didn't react too negatively, just right back to business. But I don't know if she's really. She hasn't performed to nearly to her best so far in this match. That was a Hail Mary for Madsen Keys to escape out of that point. Keys with the backhand down the line, solid. I can't believe Sabalenka missed that forehand as well. Two very poor forehands from Sabalenka. Iga, Goff, Danilovic, Andreeva, Navarro. Okay, I love the Emma Navarro pick. I hope you're right about it, Emma Navarro, because Navarro is maybe my favorite women's player at the moment, honestly. I'm a big fan of Emma Navarro now. And Danilovic, yeah, Danilovic is really good as well. Good young player. Emma, Layla. Let's go, Layla. Love the inclusion. Coco, Twin Reba. Hell yeah. Lexi, you have the superior picks because if Layla Fernandez ever wins a slam, you will hear my scream from thousands of miles away. Um. Anyway, Deuce. When Novak retires, he'll coach Danilovic and improve her game. I hope so. That would be sweet. I could definitely imagine it, right? I do think though. I don't think Novak's going to coach too much. That's my gut feeling because Novak is too. I think a lot of his greatness comes within self improvement. And I think he's given so much to the sport of tennis that I think maybe he will have emptied out his gas tank for tennis. And I think Murray might be a little bit different than Novak, for example. I think Novak could be almost Federer esque. Federer squeezed everything out of the lemon. Rafa as well. Novak. I mean, Murray did too, no doubt about it. But I feel like Murray, one of the reasons he always just felt like he didn't want to retire yet was because he felt like he had more to give. Feel like with Novak, it might be very Federer esque in terms of it feels like they've done so much and gave their absolute heart and soul to the sport in every way imaginable that it might be a lot to go right to coaching, but hey, maybe not. We'll see. Ridiculous backing down the line from Keys advantage. That's just my hunch, right? But that is my hunch. But he loves his country and would want to see his country players get better. Yeah. I mean, he loves his country. I wouldn't be surprised if he picks up a political position of some kind. Or if he tries to. I don't know. He said he's not interested, but I mean Murray said he's not interested in coaching, and then 2 months later he's coaching the freaking greatest player of all time. So and his biggest rival. All right, 1-0 for Keys. And he is his biggest rival, right, Murray? Because they played in 7 slam finals at all 4 majors. I could see Joker as more of a tennis representative type. Yeah, 100% with PTPA. Is that the name of the thing? Players Tennis Professional Association? Something like that. Madsen Keys tour level finals, one open set. After winning the first set, she has a 9-0 record in tour level finals. After losing the opening set, she's 0-5. What a crazy stat. And what a great stat for her in this final. Yeah, she's gotten her first slam, I think. It's written in the books. You can't fit like you can't change what's written in the books, right? Sabalenka's surely gonna try. Match. She's still going for that three-peat, and she could definitely make me eat my words, but to me, it feels like it's just written, and Keys is there to take it. Backhand down the line, forehand of Keys, that's gonna go forehand Sabalenka is gonna go out, left 15. This is amazing. 100% agree. Do not take my words for it as if they're like that's it. Like, don't if you're betting, don't, like, be like, "Okay, for let me bet all my entire house now on Keys winning." Please do not. Backhand slice, forehand to Sabalenka, goes cross court, forehand to Keys, forehand volley, backhand lob, smash. Oh, Keys could not get out of the way of the ball. 15 all. Sabalenka apologizes. Keys says nothing to apologize for. 15 all. Yeah, I agree, Joe. It's exciting to see Keys' level at uh at this moment. The ball, by the way, I just seen now bounced off her racket and hit her in the head, but fortunately nothing too bad. I didn't see that happened. That could have definitely ended worse than it did, right? How many doubles, by the way, has Sabalenka had so far? It's not been few. Yeah, 4 double faults. It's not ideal. It's not like crazy though. Definitely seen her hit more. There she hits a service winner, an ace. That's 30-15. That's her first ace of the match for Sabalenka. As I look at her double faults count. Serve Sabalenka. It's gonna go wide, second serve. Yeah, Madison Keys absolutely off to the races. 49 minutes in, and she's got the momentum within her hands. Backhand cross goes to the backhand of Sabalenka down the line. Forehand goes to the forehand of Sabalenka down the line. Backhand Keys. Forehand Sabalenka, it's going to go out. Sabalenka is just completely off kilter. I don't have a good feeling. I have a great feeling for Keys. I don't have a good feeling for Sabalenka. Sabalenka does have a good 3-1 record in Grand Slam finals, but so far, she's just not been there. You might remember US Open final was a very high level match from both sides against Pagula. Um, so far, this might be the lowest level overall that I've seen Sabalenka play in a slam final. Certainly night and day from her final last year here against Zhang. That is a wayward backhand from Keys now. Keys knows it. 40-30. It's going to be important to see how Keys steps up in those big moments. She did lose her serve at the end of the first set, and that was a moment to really take charge. Missed that backhand, so keep an eye on that. 40-30 for Sabalenka. Forehand of Keys down the middle, just misses it long. 1-1. Sabalenka holds. Saba's aware of the power on the Keys return. Yeah, so you think she's going for a little bit more on that serve? You can't write off Saba. No, 100%. That's true. Yeah, I'm here giving my it's written in the book spiel, but I that it's fate or whatever for Keys to win the slam, but I agree with you as well on that. Keys, by the way, the first player to face the world number 1 and number 2 in semifinals and finals at the AO since Lena in 2013. To be absolutely clear about that stat, you cannot be the number 1 or number 2 for that stat to happen. So, for there to be a chance of that stat happening. So, that's why it just generally doesn't happen. Because usually you see one of those two gets, or you see both of those players. Serve goes to the back of the Sabalenka, drop shot. Redrop from Keys backhand. Oh, hits the net. That's lucky from Sabalenka. She was probably going to win the point anyway, to be honest. It wasn't a great redrop from Keys, and Sabalenka's, as usual, inside the baseline when she hit it. But a little bit lucky from Sabalenka and didn't hit that exactly how she wanted to. And Keys had zero chance to get that back. Forehand into the net. I mean, Sabalenka just not really in her mojo yet. Sabalenka's kind of doing the weird Djokovic thing where he's like sometimes just like a little bit off, and he's like kind of making weird movements, like just mentally off or whatever, like physically or whatever, just kind of off and being weird. Sabalenka's kind of doing that. It doesn't look like she's quite zoned in and locked in here. They're playing currently with the open roof, by the way. It looks absolutely beautiful. Looks beautiful. Um, Melbourne looks nice. It's one of the most aesthetic places for tennis ever. So forehand Sabalenka, big point here. Backhand of Keys cross court goes to the backhand slice Sabalenka. Forehand of Keys. A little bit more conservative, but definitely not letting go of the pace. That backhand does have pace on it, but goes into the net. Break point for Sabalenka in what's one of the biggest moments of this match so far, 30-40. See what happens. It's been Anthony Hirsch on commentary here for Quality Shot. Don't forget to like if you're enjoying it. That's an ace out wide. Deuce. It's pretty good if you can just quickly take advantage of a breakpoint down situation with a big serve out wide. I said one of the biggest moments of the match. Keys was like, I'm going to just ace. It's fine. Forehand goes to the back of the Sabalenka. Forehand to Keys. Down the middle, forehand inside out. Keys wayward backhand there. Sabalenka with a big roar and a big come on. Advantage to Sabalenka yet again. Can Keys find another big serve? Let's see. Breakpoint number 2. It's been hard for Sabalenka to get any chances on the Keys serve today, and that's why Keys with a big serve out wide. Keys look so calm in the storm. Keys just there's a storm inside every player's head, but Keys just looks so calm, and she has throughout this whole tournament, really. Under the most amount of pressure you can imagine against Swiatek in the last match, down match point. Swiatek serving for it, down 7-5 in the breaker. Found a way through. Lost the first set. Big forehand return from Sabalenka. Advantage yet again to Saba. A roar from Lady Thor. Yeah. 100%. He's already ready to serve. Sabalenka a little bit away from not ready to return. Second serve. Big moment here. Backing down the line. Forward to Keys. That's in the net. Sabalenka with her first little bit of momentum herself in this match. She gets a break for 2-1. We're not going to see much of that in this match, if I dare say so. I don't think we're going to see a lot of Sabalenka breaking Keys, so that's a big moment. 2-1. We got a final. I'll tell you what, we got a final on our hands. A 2-1 lead now for Saba. We'll see if Sabalenka can consolidate. Break doesn't mean anything if you don't consolidate right after. Here we go. That would be huge, by the way, if Keys could break here. I'll just say that. Backing down the line, forehand to Sabalenka goes to the forehand of Keys. Big shot comes to net. Ooh, Sabalenka just misses a shot behind Keys. I think Keys. Ooh, just missed it. Keys was there if that was going to go in, but if Keys could break here, it would be massive. I'm getting deja vu to other matches I've seen in the past where uh important moments, player cruises to first set lead. Whether they're the underdog or not, like you would reckon probably is. And then the other player gets an early break in the second, but then you get the break right back and just curb that early momentum, and then the player wins the first set, runs away with it. I've seen that play out before. So I'm just saying it would be a huge moment if Keys could do something like that. Oh, Sabalenka goes right back to Keys, who gets a great forehand and a great backhand. Sabalenka can't believe it. Sabalenka's like, I've played Iga Swiatek, I played a lot of players, but Madison Keys at the 2025 Australian Open, she is locked in, huh? Hell of a forehand strike. Sabalenka should have gone cross court all day. Don't know why you give Keys one more chance. Serve from Sabalenka. Down the tee, back in slice, way up high, forehand down the line. Goes the back into Keys. Great shot down the line. Oh, did she miss it? I guess she must have missed it. I thought it landed in. That's out from Keys, 15-30. I thought it was gonna be love 40. It's 15-30. 15-30. Serve here from serve here. Let's see how Keys can what Keys can do on the return. Does she rip another big one? It's gonna be a second serve. She does rip the return, not a bad attempt, but she does miss it long, Keys. 30 all. One of the biggest points of the match coming up right here. One of the biggest points of the match. 30 all. Even if Sabalenka wins this game, she'd rather win it at 30 than it going to deuce. One of the biggest points of this match. Here we go. Second serve from Sabalenka. Back into Keys, goes for a big return, misses it. I reckon Keys should have taken a little bit off. Gave her a little bit of a safety net, or just like a little bit of safety on that back end, just prioritized a little bit more, making it in the court rather than going outright for the winner. I don't think she needed necessarily to do that. She's been doing pretty well in these points without absolutely outright going for the winner. I mean, she's been also just doing that, but I feel like she made a big return without absolutely going for the winner, and then she could have built out the point to win it. But anyway, showing behind the scenes of Sabalenka and her absolutely insane team and their shenanigans, which is funny. It's good. I think it's a good way for Sabalenka to stay loose. She has a lot of fun and humor with her team behind the scenes, but I think I like it. Backhand goes way up high to the forehand of Keys, forehand of Sabalenka. Goes to the backhand of Keys. That's going to go out. Left 15. Is this going to be reverse of the first set? Let's see. Serve. Goes forehand to Sabalenka. Good serve from Keys. 15 all. Sabalenka's still not really in her A game, honestly. my opinion. Back into Sabalenka, way up high to the forehand of keys. That's pretty short. Drop shot. That is an A game moment, though, from Sabalenka, 15-30. Maybe she is slowly but surely finding that A game. We'll see. Certainly playing better. No doubt about that. Great disguise. Last minute, and it was very good. Arena, great play there. Couldn't have executed better. Good idea, good execution. We're only an hour and 3 minutes in, and we could really have just about a set left to play, it feels like. Backhand into the net. Sabalenka looking for a double break here at 15-40. I mean, this has been exceptionally quick. Feels like we're still kind of almost just like in the opening stages, into the mid stages. It's going to be all about this third set potentially. What an exciting shootout, though, we could get for ourselves here. Serve out wide, forehand chip return, backhand slice. Keys goes to forehand cross court, and that looks like that's what we're going to get. Sabalenka storms to 4-1. I mean, I didn't expect that. I didn't. Okay. Third set. I said keys in 3 before the match started. We'll see what happens. All right. I'm going to step out for a minute during this changeover. I'll be back for the next game. Appreciate you guys joining in so far and watching and enjoying tennis from wherever you're watching from, whatever time. It is crazy o'clock for me. Anybody else who's staying up, you guys are also savages. And that's a backhand to the net from Keys. Sabalenka winning 6 out of the last 8 games. Serve from Arena. Down the T, forehand to Sabalenka, goes to the backhand of Keys. Backhand to backhand. It's a slice, goes to the forehand of Keys, backhand to Sabalenka. Backhand of Keys, forehand Sabalenka goes again to the backhand of Keys. Going forehand to backhand, and Keys extends off of that backhand. She's still fighting in this set. I love to see it. 15-40. Keys wants to get this done in 2. Okay. Maybe I was too quickly counting on the third set. I still reckon we're going to go 3, but Keys definitely is looking to cut off this momentum, which I think is a good call. If she can do that. That's a good serve from Saba. 30-40. 30-40. Glad to be doing this ladies' final Grand Slam. Thank you guys for choosing my voice to watch this final with. We got 30-40. Keys with a break point. Break point number dos. Serve from the Belarusian here. It's an ace. Big serving from Sabalenka. Great serve. Great serve. Splat on the line. Couldn't have served it. Can't serve an out wide serve any better. That serve has found its footing. Madsen Keys, be wary and be afraid. Big serve down the tee. Forehand. It's a drop shot. That's becoming a bit of a play here. And Keys cannot get up to it. Advantage to Sabalenka. Drop shots are becoming a little bit of a thing for both, right? Particularly Sabalenka, but bit of a thing for both. It's a good thing to contrast both their power. I don't think Sabalenka or Keys are really the fastest players on the whole tour. So we're really seeing the drop shot becoming a play here, and I think it's a smart thing for both. And yeah, particularly for Arena, because she does have quite a good drop shot. She's got good feel, which is really something that really makes her game impressive. And, you know, having so many dimensions to her game is really, realistically, what has helped her become the player she is today and have 3 slams. Oh! Madsen Keys, get out of Melbourne because you are on fire. Holy crap. That was outrageous. A forehand cross court, and Keys just smashes it down the line. That's going to be replayed everywhere, especially if she wins the match. 4-1 deuce now. Winner. Glad you are doing it. I appreciate it, Terry. Thanks for that as well. I'm glad to be doing it for sure. That's a bat forehand to the net. That shot could be a turning point in a second set that I thought was already over. Advantage to Maddie. Forehand chip. Goes to forehand. Sabalenka drop shots. Too good. Good play again. She's got such good disguise on it, Sabalenka. Because it's really, she doesn't have to change that much, question mark. She's like, the way she hits her forehand, she's very much over the shoulder. I think, like, I don't know. I don't think it takes like a whole lot for her to really disguise it. But it's very good, a very good play anyway. Backhand slice into the net from Keys. 4-1. But like I said, Keys is not the fastest player around. That's one of the things that you would say. She's fast, but she's not Coco Gauff. She's not Iga. Drop shot's not a bad play. Advantage to Saba. Goes to the back end of Keys. That's in the net. 5-1. There you go. There you go. 5-1. We got over 30 people watching. Appreciate you guys joining in. Let's keep it growing. 5-1. This third set's going to be a shootout. I feel like Keys is not going to come back in the second. Like, I think we could even see a breadstick here. That would be great for Sabalenka because that means she serves first in the third. So that's what Sabalenka is going to be aiming for if she can, obviously. But That would mean also that it's her third break of the set, which would be quite the effort to put forth, especially because it seems like Keys is still fighting here, but we'll see what happens. But just in terms of who's serving first in the third set, this is an important game. Get the oven on, 100%. This third set's going to be crazy. This third set's going to go crazy. Backhand cross goes to the backhand of Keys. Backhand Sabalenka. Back cross court to the backhand of Keys. Forehand of Sabalenka. Forehand of Keys down the line. Backhand slice Sabalenka. Goes to the backhand of Keys. That's going to go wide. 15 all. 3 points away. Sabalenka looking for her fourth major. Sabalenka looking to become the first player in the 21st century to win 3 consecutive Australian Open titles. Something Serena did not do. One of the few things. Sabalenka looking to win 3 consecutive. Serve here, Keys. Goes out wide. Forehand chip, Sabalenka. Forehand Sabalenka. It's going to go out. 30-15. I do like doing these night matches, though. I like staying up. And when I really started commentating, I was excited to do the night matches in Australia because, for whatever reason, my weird brain, I'm very much a night owl. I'm most alert at night, oftentimes, which is not great for my sleep schedule, but like I'm really most creative, alert, et cetera, when I'm doing stuff at night. So I quite enjoy it. 40-15 here. So big shots from Keys. Like I said, very important for her to hold here. Keep a little bit of momentum going into this third, and also be great for her to serve first in the third. First serve is wide. Second serve goes to the backhand of Sabalenka. It's in the net. 5-2. Sabalenka is going to look to serve this out. Me too. Hell yeah. Night Owls. There you go. Let's go, Chris. What are y'all's predictions for the third set? Any and all predictions? If we're going 3, what do you guys think is going to happen in the third set? Also, do you guys have predictions for the men's final as well? Let me know. We're currently at 13 likes on the stream. If we could get to 25 likes at least by the end of the stream, that would be awesome. So please don't forget to like. It'd be awesome if we could get to 25. That's going to be the goal that I'm setting. That'd be great. Sabalenka going to serve this out. Take us to the third. This would be the third Grand Slam final that goes 3 sets for Sabalenka. She is 1-1 in those finals. Against Goff at the U.S. Open, against Rybakina in Australia. Backhand, that's in the net. 15 left for Sabalenka. There won't be a third set. Go, Maddie. Okay, I like it. 6-3 Saba in the third. I'll take I'll take Keys. I'm gonna reverse you, Sean. I'm gonna say Keys 6-3 in the third. Let's see. That's why you like watching tennis, right? Because you'll have people saying different things, different opinions, and sports in general. That's a great drop shot from Sabalenka. Sabalenka playing the best tennis of the moment, no doubt. Keys is streaky for sure. She was unplayable in the first set, but that drop shot has really helped Sabalenka. She's found her serve more. Sabalenka Keys is not playing quite as insane as she was. She's not been quite as dominant on the first serve, making as many first serves, and it's been much better and more what's the word? I guess orderly play from Sabalenka. It's very within herself. Another drop shot's not going to be good enough though. Actually, it is. It shouldn't have been, but Keys misses a shot into the net. 40 love. But I just think Keys was frustrated, honestly. She was like, man, I'm down 5-2, 30 love, and this and Sabalenka keeps drop shotting me. I need to I don't know. 40 love. Backhand goes to the forehand. If Sabalenka's in the net, 40-15. I'm tempted to say center in straight sets. That wasn't even a question, Sean. Oh, I did. I asked that, actually. I'm being stupid. I'm tempted to say center in straight sets. Yeah, I think center is going to win maybe in straights. I'm going to say center in 4 sets just because Sasha's given center trouble in the past. But I'll take center in 4, but I definitely don't think Zverev is winning. I think it's laughable that so many people are saying that Zverev has a reasonable chance there. I'm sorry, but Sinner is a mental giant when it counts the most, and Zverev is not. And also, that's a double fault from Sabalenka at set point. She's at 40-30. Also, Zverev is not playing anywhere near the best tennis I've seen him play. He is not playing slam winner level tennis. And Sinner definitely is. I'm shocked that so many people are picking Zverev. The head-to-head favors Zverev, but it's not like he won their last meeting. Yeah, I'm definitely taking Yannick. Forehand chip goes to the forehand of Keys, goes for a big one down the line, but misses it. Good effort from Keys at the end, though, in that last game, to be honest. And that's not a bad miss either. So Keys not fully without momentum in going into the third. She would have been if she got broken at 5-1. But here we go. Keys will serve first in the third. Let me know any and all predictions. I've got Keys 6-3. We've got over 40 people in the stream. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it growing. Got third set. Third set on the way. Is this similar to Rybakina Sabalenka? In a way, from a couple years ago, the final here. Not quite as that one was drama, lots of deuce games, a little bit longer. The level from both was a little bit higher throughout. So there was no set where either player played the level that, let's say, Sabalenka played in the first set here. They were both just very, very, very high and consistent throughout while hitting ridiculous, insane winners, right? But in some ways it's been similar. Scoreline there was 4-6, 6-3, 6-4. Sabalenka currently at, was it 2-6, 6-3? 3-6, 6-2. 3-6, 6-2. Keys walking to the other side. Quick couple of sets, hour and 21 minutes. Like I said before, the head-to-head is 4-1 for Sabalenka. Keys has never beaten Sabalenka on hard court. She got mighty close, and dare I say she should have beaten her at the U.S. Open because that was some of the best, if not the best tennis I've ever seen Madison Keys play, to bagel Sabalenka. Some of the best tennis I saw anybody play that whole year. To bagel Sabalenka and go up 5-4, unplayable level, similar to Keys in the first set here. And then Sabalenka was able to come back. Keys will try to not let a similar thing happen here. Sabalenka gets a big forehand. Back into Keys. Oh, hits the net cord, goes over. That's a Poor forehand into the net. Not the start Sabalenka would have wanted. And a little bit of luck there for Keys. She wins the first point. It takes 24 points to win a set. 6 games, 4 points a game. She's got 1 point in the bank. 23 more points to win for her first Grand Slam title. Madison Keys at the plate to serve. Already at the line. Forehand chip. Goes to the forehand of Keys. Goes big, and it pays off. 30 love. Hey, don't count out my girl, Maddie. She's in this tournament. Madison Keys has been playing like she's like prime Navratilova. Like Madison Keys is playing out of her mind. like Swiatek against Navarro looked insane, and Keys. I mean, people were like, Swiatek's going to win the tournament, but Madison Keys is like, I have news for you. Forehand that hits the top of the net from Sabalenka. Who he got this final set? Yeah, I was going Jazara. I've got Keys in 3. I've got Keys in 3, Jazara. Let me know about you. Yannick in 3. I've got Yannick in 4, but I definitely think Yannick's got it in the men's final. I mean, it's tough to take out in straight sets. I know Keys is Sinner just beat Fritz in straights, but Zverev is better than Fritz. I think, even though Fritz is good, at least at this point. I think 4 sets is pretty reasonable, but we'll see what happens. I don't think 3 sets is crazy, but I would definitely bank on 4 sets way more than 3 sets personally. Yeah, they're showing some replays of them, some highlights of the match. Outrageous level from Keys in the first set if you missed it. Yeah, just outrageous. Ended with a perfect encapsulation of the set, which was a backhand down the line winner from Keys. Very solid highlights package because a lot of the big moments did come with a flashy shot. And yeah, Sabalenka is starting to really drop shot a lot in that second set. Curbing off Keys' momentum. Sabalenka trying to win a point here in the third. Keys holding to love. Now a serve, though, from Sabalenka. Back into Keys. That's going to go long. 15 love. And I appreciate you guys tuning in. Final set tiebreaker, please. Hell yeah. Let's do it. 10-point tiebreaker, right? If it goes there. It would be nice if they play it out to 9-7 or whatever. I still wish the sets were extended, at least for the final, right? Like, why not, right? For the final? It's kind of ridiculous, honestly. But anyway, it is what it is. Forehand. Oh, big shot cross court from Sabalenka. 30 love. Now we're getting into Rybakina Sabalenka territory from 2 years ago because both players are playing well and both players are hitting banger shots after banger shots. 30 love. Absolute banger shots. Huge. I still think Saba will defend, but anything could happen. Well, to say the very least, Jassar. Don't count out Matty Keys. Keys is playing outrageous. I think Keys has got it, honestly. Let's see. Backhand cross court goes to the backhand slice of Keys. Forehand drop shot. That's going to go into the net. 30-15. Sabalenka definitely doesn't want to revert back to her level from the first set where she was making quite a few unforced errors as well. Let's see what happens. 30-15. Once again, I appreciate you guys using my voice for this final. I'll be doing more streams. Definitely don't forget to subscribe to the Quality Shot Tennis channel. Also, check out my podcast that I do for the channel, New Tennis Era Podcast. You can also check out other video content that we've done on the channel, such as I ranked like the 100 ATP players by their entertainment value, like who I think are the most entertaining players on tour to who are the least entertaining. So check out all the stuff on the channel, and yeah, I'll see you guys around for more. It's 40-15 for Sabalenka. Try and serve this out, this first service game. I hope Keys locks it up in the third versus Screamalenka. Okay. I was going Rennie. Keys definitely very reasonable chance here in my eyes. Backhand goes long, though, from Keys. 1-1. Very quick match. It doesn't feel like we've we've had like 2 long deuce games that have had like 3 or 4 deuces, but other than that, it's been like short point, short games. That's why we're already at an hour and 27 minutes. Like, if this is a deciding set tiebreaker, I would be highly surprised if it's not the shortest Grand Slam final that has a deciding set tiebreaker, because it has been quick, very quick, and the tennis balls are not happier for it. It's been a lot of big shots from both. Let's go, Keys. You can do this. Love it. Forehand chip. It's forehand of Sabalenka. Ooh, Keys into the ground. Love 15. Sabalenka looking to get an early lead in the third. Let's go. This is exciting. Grand Slam final, third set. Here we go. This is what you like to see. Sabalenka. Keys is there with the forehand chip. Drop shot is very good. Love 30. Watch out, Madison Keys. Sabalenka looking for the three-peat. And is Keys going to be tired? That's another question after after all the players that she's had to fight through, right? Keys needs to pick it up. In the first set, she was getting first serve after first serve. She gets one there, and then a big +1. Inside out, big shot. Gutsy play from Maddie. First serve percentage so far in the set, 33%. It's been an absolute downhill first serve percentage. 86%, which is completely just mind-blowing in the first set for Keys, and then 59% in the second set, which is so downhill, and now 33%. Exponentially lower first serve percentage. She's got to get that back up if she wants to have a good chance here. She does get a first serve. Forehand goes to the back. She took a little bit off, but let's see if it pays off. Forehand. Cross court goes to the forehand of Sabalenka. Backhand slice. Forehand Sabalenka. That's in the net. Sabalenka, that's not a forehand she usually misses. I would very much mentally jot that down if you're watching, and I know 100% for sure that Madison Keys jotted it down. She's not those low shots, right? I just feel like, first of all, it's a miss hit return off the forehand, but then that low forehand, I feel like Sabalenka's hit it in the net quite a bit. She's not getting up onto the shot how she would want to, that forehand. I would say she's more consistently at the forehand drop shot better than her drive forehand. 40-30 Keys. Keys had a tough draw, and she's in the final, so props to her if she wins. 100%. Yeah. Right there with you. All right, 40-30. Keys a little bit doing better with her first serves in the last couple points. See if she can do it again. She does get a first serve. That's a forehand in the net. 2-1 for Maddie Keys. Putting the pressure right back on Sabalenka. There we go. Good hold. That was important. She was on love 30. That low forehand that Sabalenka should have made. Remember a shot like that. I don't know. I feel like, what did I say? Sabalenka doesn't want to revert back to the level she had in the first set. I don't know. Keys level dropped in the second. If Keys picks her level back up, it's going to be interesting to see if Sabalenka can also keep her level high and raise her own level, you know? All right, here we go. Sabalenka to serve. Let's have an epic third set. Let's have like a freaking 13-11 and a tiebreaker. I want to see this go. It seems like it's priming out to be a really good third set, actually, which is quite exciting. Keys hits a horrific shot. That was the famous commentator's jinx. There's one a match. Good that we get that one at 1-2. As Keys hits a backhand literally down into the ground. Misses a backhand. 15 love for Sabalenka. The infamous commentator's jinx. It's a real thing, unfortunately. Forehand cross court goes to forehand Sabalenka. Forehand Keys misses it long. Misses it wide, I should say. 30 love. Love Sabalenka's kit, by the way. I just got to say it. The yellow, it just looks great on her. A very good kit. I don't know. Did she wear something similar last year? I might be misremembering. I think she wore the red. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm talking about. I never talk about fashion. What is wrong with me? I don't know. I'm out of my element. 30-15, Sabalenka. 1-2. Serve from Saba. Out wide. Back into Keys. That's going to go wide. 40-15. It's awful. All right. I like it, but all right. Everybody has their. I don't care that much. Who takes this? Keys. I've got Maddie. I'm not like backing down from what I originally said. I really feel like Maddie's got it. Sabalenka just misses her first serve. What do you think, Faison? I've got Keys. Keys is. She's this tournament. She's been locked in. I just really feel like it's Keys' time. But we'll see. 2-2. In my opinion, her scream is not as bad as a lot of men's grunts and doesn't bother me. I do think it is highlighted a lot more for women. Well, it is for sure. I can definitely understand why people could get annoyed by it, though. I personally really like watching Sabalenka, but I'm not gonna sit here and say that I can't understand why some people would be annoyed. But I don't mind it. I mean, I think that definitely women's grunts are highlighted more than men's. I will say that, but yeah, I can understand why some would get annoyed. Left 15 here. Serve from Keys. Forehand of Sabalenka goes to the back and Keys down the line. Forehand of Sabalenka's lob. Oh, Keys with a backhand smash. Sabalenka's there. Miraculous shot from both. Oh, get out of here. Both of them. Crowd loves it. That is what a second shot. Keys laughing. Madsen Keys. I mean, what a ridiculous get from Sabalenka, first and foremost. How'd she get that shot back? But that backhand overhead angle was one of the shots of the tournament. Freaking Roger Federer out here all of a sudden. That was probably the point of the women's tournament. That was outrageous. Hell of a shot. Ridiculous play. If anybody says women's tennis isn't good, they're just freaking sexist or something. Because I swear, like women's tennis is amazing. They just pretend that it's not. It's so fun to watch. Like I don't get it. Everybody has their opinions, but women's tennis is awesome. All right, 40-15 here for Keys. Close third set so far. Serve down the tee goes wide. Second serve. Forehand goes to the back end of Keys. Forehand to Sabalenka goes to the back end of Keys. Back in drop shots in the net. 3-2. Madsen Keys running to the net. And Sabalenka's level definitely a little bit closer to the first set than the second set, in my opinion, so far. First set and second set were night and day. Third set's been somewhere in between, and Madison Keys seems to be right back to business where she was in that first set. Her serve a little bit back, and if that backhand, ridiculous backhand smash rally, it's just Keys levels. It's pretty high at this point. We might be getting that tiebreaker at this point. Yeah. Whenever, I mean, you can't say ATP, Jazar, because this is a tennis stream. Okay. We got to get rid of some acronyms sometimes. You can't say ATP in my comments because I'm just going to be reading. We might be getting that tiebreaker, Association of Tennis Professionals. Like, that's not a sentence that makes sense. Thank you. That makes me feel like I can't read. But yeah, at this point, yeah. We might be getting tiebreaker. It's yeah, both players are doing what they need to on serve, right? 15 love, big serve, then +1. That's like saying we might be getting that tiebreaker WTA. Like, okay, thanks. Serve Sabalenka. Back into Keys. Great angle. Oh! This level is outrageous now from both. This is what we want from a women's final. Women's tennis delivering. Crazy shot from Sabalenka. Love the court level angle we saw that with. Good stuff. This is fire right now. Fireworks. Absolute banger. The second week's been a bit of a drought, but I'll tell you what, the last couple of Madison Keys matches have made up for it. What an outrageous backhand strike. The crowd is into it, as they should be. Serve out wide, forehand Keys. Great return. Forehand down the line. Goes to the backhand slice. Madison, it's going to go out, though. 40 love. Okay, apologies. Some acronyms are forbidden, Jazar. Please get with the freaking. Get with the times, okay? It's forbidden, right? All right, 40 love. The 19 seed taking on the first. Second serve from Sabalenka. Goes to the forehand of Keys. That's going to go out 3-3. 3 games all here. Ooh, this is close. Well, Keys is going to have to win the next 3 games consecutively if my prediction turns out to be right. But honestly, usually like my predictions are pretty good, but they're like slightly like something is always like a little bit off, which makes sense because tennis is completely unpredictable. But humbly, my predictions are actually generally not that bad in general. But there's usually like this is like slightly off. Keys might not win this at all, but like it could be slightly off, and the Sabalenka could win the 6-3. But there's always something like slightly off. Anyway, 3 games all. Serve Keys goes to the forehand to Sabalenka. Down the middle, but Sabalenka misses that one. Very quick service games. The last few, 15 love. $15 love. Serve down the tee. That's going to go out off the forehand. 30 love. 179 kilometers an hour on that particular serve. All right. As a great Matthew McConaughey would say. Serve here from Keys. Trying to get to 4-3. Serve. The forehand of Sabalenka down the tee, down the line. Backhand. Goes way up high to the forehand of Sabalenka. It seems like we are gonna get the tiebreaker at this point, but Sabalenka at least finding a little bit of leg room within this Keys service game. Right? It seems like the momentum is there that we might be guiding towards a tiebreaker if this keeps going the way it is. Let's say that. That's a backhand to the net, and Keys knows right after she does not hit that backhand the way she wants. Suddenly it's a pressure point, 3-3-30 all. Keys needs a first serve. And Sabalenka might want to go at that backhand again if she can. Forehand of Keys, she is not able to. Keys hits a forehand down the line. Great strike, 40-30. It's a little bit harder going to that backhand, to be very clear, which I think you guys know, but if you're pulled way out wide, it's easier to hit the cross-court angle and also to hit it over the lower part of the net down the middle of the court. So easier said than done. Forehand, backhand down the line. Great shot from Madison Keys. What a clutch play. And that's why I said this girl's going to win her first slam tonight. She's at 3-4. Keys is clutch. Yeah, 100% right so far. 100%. I really don't understand how her career high is number 7 in the world. That blows my mind. That makes no sense to me. I understand like the streaky thing, but I actually don't really understand that at all. I just can't really compute that in my head. I hope that she gets to a career high rank. Yeah, this one. What's her ranking after this tournament? Number 8 now. Number 8 in the live rankings. If she wins the tournament, she'll be up to number 7. Okay. She'll be right behind Bagula, Rybakina, Paolini. So she could definitely pass those 3 players and get to number 4. Goff, Swiatek, Sabalenka is going to be tough, but she could definitely get to number 4, no doubt. Particularly if she wins this tournament. But either way, honestly, well within her reach. But yeah, particularly if she wins it. She's been clutch in this tournament, right, Jazar? Any changing your mind about Keys maybe being able to get this done, or are you sticking with Saba? It would be a heartbreak for Keys, I will say that, because Keys once again is close, and Sabalenka was able to win an epic against her at the U.S. Open a few years ago. Forehand inside out. Oh, Sabalenka should have gone down the line. Backhand now. Oh, Keys is there. 6 out of racket. Sabalenka apologizes, but nice to apologize, by the way. Sabalenka is an underrated sportswoman. Because I think a lot of players, including myself, to be honest, I would have not even apologized. I would have just turned my back around and just fist bumped, because I know that Keys is disappointed by that. And that kind of, you're mentally staying ahead of the opponent. So it's good to know that in a Grand Slam final to do that is quite good. You don't need to apologize for that. So 30 love here. Still got Saba. Okay. I respect the stubbornness. I mean, both of these women can redirect a backhand down the line like Novak Djokovic. Serve, Sabalenka. It's a great serve. Sabalenka's first serve percentage is fire at the moment. That's a volley that goes in. Both these players are currently just freaking, they are flames behind their serve. They are, I don't even know if that made any sense. They are really killing it behind their first serve. Set 3. Yeah, 9. I mean, they could both get this number up, although that's pretty good. But yeah, 90%, 85% first serve points won. So very solid so far in the set. Very, very solid. Can't ask for more. All tied up in this set. Sabalenka holds. What's at stake? Sabalenka going for her third straight Australian Open title and her fourth overall title. Keys going for her first career major title in her 46th appearance. 4 games apiece. What a final we've got. Fun to watch between two ladies that can smack the ever-living fluff off a tennis ball. Glad to be watching this in real time. Currently very up in the air what's going to happen. My prediction was wrong, but that's okay. For all. This set was always going to be close, let's be honest. Whenever it's like one player wins 6-3, the other player wins 6-3 or whatever, like yeah, the third set's always going to be close, right? That's just an unwritten rule of tennis. It's never going to be broken, ever. No exceptions. Backhand down the line, great shot. 15 love, Keys with a big roar. Here we go. Backhand down the line, awesome. Great stuff. Neither has put a foot wrong on serve in this third set. And Keys back to making a lot of first serves, and that is danger for Sabalenka. 30 love. Madison Keys able to hit through the forehands with a exceptional amount of consistency. Just fantastic depth and able to really hit over it with an excruciating amount of pace. And Sabalenka looking worried to her box. And she should be. That's correct. Backhand volley. That's poor from Keys. Sabalenka definitely will want to have Keys moving vertically, right? Up and down in the court. That's a winning play for her. It was in the second set. Sabalenka needs to go back to the drop shots if she can. The problem is on Keys' serve, she just has no opportunities to do anything, pretty much. Nothing in her that she wants to do. That's why it was so good for her that Keys was making just 59% of first serves in that second set. That was very crucial for her 6-2 scoreline there. And that's why here it is 40-15. But every element of Keys' game in the first and third sets have been stronger than it was in the second set. But I would say Sabalenka played more good in the second set than Keys played bad. Even though it was a bit of level dropping and level rising. Forehand slice, amazing. She can keep that low on defense. Ooh, she didn't have to go for that much on the forehand. I would have just bunted it right back into play like you're playing pickleball. But anyway, 40-30. 40-30. Yeah, just miss it, that forehand, right? Love the cameras, the camera work in this match so far. The replays have been very good. I love the quality that the cameras have these days and the different angles they're showing. Very good. Shout out to the camera people and the people in charge of the stuff being played, because it's been a very enjoyable final. I don't know. I'm a film major. I pay attention to that stuff. All right. What can I say? All right. 5-4. Keys is one game away from her first major title for the first time in her career. 5-4. In what's been a pretty quick major final despite the scoreline. But a very exciting one. A couple of extremely memorable points in this third set and an exciting level from Maddie Keys. Sabalenka trying to raise her level to match it against the underdog and number 19th seed. But yeah, Madison Keys career high of number 7. So she would tie that if she wins this tournament. But she would tie it, but I mean, she would be like 180, less than 180 points behind Pegula at number 6. So almost for sure she'll get to a career high ranking if she wins this. If she doesn't, you never know. I mean, but probably likely she does anyway. But Zhang is tough. Like she could, even if she moves up a spot, let's say Paulini drops down, she's still got Zhang, Pagula, Rybakina, Goff, Swiatek, Sabalenka. So it's gonna be tough. But if she wins this tournament, almost for sure she'll get to the top 5 even at some point. Time to break keys. You know, Lexi, that's like such a weird statement out of context. Time to break keys. Anyway, this match deserves a final set tiebreaker. I definitely hope for it. I agree with you. I hope so. When's the last time a women's final had a final set tiebreaker, or even an extended third set or whatever? All right, keys at love 15 here. Here we go. Third. This is the moment of truth for Maddie Keys. Back and cross. Goes to the back end of Sabalenka. Back end of Keys. Goes to the forehand of Sabalenka. Big. Oh, Keys goes for the forehand. She's got to stick to the winning strategy, right? 15 all. Most players would definitely have not gone for that shot, but I have to say it's been working for Keys throughout this tournament. So I can't tell her to, take her foot off the gas pedal, because she hasn't taken it off from the first point in this tournament to the last, and that's why she's 3 points away within the title. Forehand, inside out, Keys runs, can't get there. 30-15 Sabalenka. Trying to really make this an extended set. Here we go. I was a fan of the tiebreaker at 12-12. Did they ever do that on the WTA? No. I wish that they did. This should be an extended set. I don't know why in the final at least they can't make this an extended third set. I still would like to see the ladies play best 3 out of 5, but I think this has been great fun anyway. I don't think the women's tennis needs it, but at least an extended third set seems like it would be a lot of fun. I definitely don't think the women's players would mind doing that. I think. Backhand cross court, goes to the backhand down the line. Big shot from Sabalenka, 40-15. But yeah, I agree, Sean. That's like the good middle ground. Because nobody's ever going to get to 12-12. It was kind of hilarious that Djokovic, Federer got to 12-12 the year that they did that. Sabalenka really clutching up when she needs it from down love 15 out of 40-15 with some big shots herself. By the way, the average speed of shot in this match has to be one of the highest ever in the women's game. I'm sure for a Grand Slam final. I don't even have a doubt in my mind that that's true. They've been smacking the hell out of the ball. Backhand slice, that's in the net. Madsen Keys, once again, 3 points away within the title. 3 points. 40-30. Watch out, Madsen Keys. She has not given up on this game. 40-30 is basically add in, by the way. It's basically advantage to a player. In club tennis, that's usually how people say it. They just call it add in. Forehand, but at this point, there's no room to come back. Sabalenka with a big roar. 5-5. We are going the distance. Did I hear that right? It's been since 2012 US Open. That's the first women's final since the 2012 US Open to go 5-5 in the third set. Is that true? Could that possibly be true, or did I mishear that? Surely I misheard that. Is that true? Because that's absolutely insane if that's true. Surely you would think that would happen way more commonly than that. If that's true, that's insane, and then thank goodness that this is happening. Forehand goes out from Keys. I'm trying to think of counter examples. Is that true or no? They did, Sean. I'm pretty sure the women's used to be 2 clear games like the men's. Oh, yeah, they did, but I don't think they ever did 12-12, did they? I could be wrong. Maybe. I didn't think that they did. I don't remember that happening. Backhand, that's going to go out. Sabalenka misses the backhand. She's going to be annoyed at herself for that. It's definitely not been a level from Sabalenka, but that has had the biggest thing is it's been a level from Keys. I'll tell you that. That's for sure. Nobody would disagree on that. Serve from Keys. Very soft serve, and Sabalenka punishes it as she should. Keys needs to hit a harder second serve than that. 15-30. Sabalenka punishing it. Is Sabalenka going to change how everything happens here? How it looked like things were going to happen at the end of this third set, because Keys was 3 points away from winning it just there. 4-5, love 15. Keys has other ideas, though. Big serve down the tee, 30-all. She's been clutch throughout this event. Saved a set point. Can somebody confirm or deny if this is the first women's final in a major to go 5-5 in the third set since 2012? Because if that's true, that's absolutely mind-boggling to me. If anybody could confirm or deny, that'd be great. But I think that's what I heard. They could have said hard court slam final, but I don't think so. Oh! What a 1-2. This is one of the best women's finals in recent memory, with some of these points in the third set. 40-30. Reminds me a lot of Rybakina Sabalenka a couple years ago. What a redirect right off her heels. Huge shot, and I love the reaction from an excited Maddie Keys. It's up to her. She's got to really believe in this last hurdle, but it looks like she believes, and she's got to step through it. She's got to take it. Crowd's on her feet as she hit some big shots, 6-5. And Madison Keys has never, ever played better than this. Sabalenka's going to serve to stay in the match at 5-6. Guys, please don't forget to subscribe, Quality Shot Tennis, if you're new. It's been Anthony Hirsch here. Let's see how this match ends off. Don't forget to like the stream as well if you're enjoying it, for sure. Great third set. Some of these points in the third set have been fantastic. I mean, I remember that. I'll remember that point, I guess, forever, but at least for the rest of the year, right? With the backhand smash from Keys, and then Sabalenka with the get way outside the court. Fantastic. Let's look at the stats here before 2 hours of play now in the match. Let's look at the stats here for the match as we go into the final hurdles here. Good stuff from both on first serve percentage. Both players winning a lot of first serve points. Keys winning less second serve points than Sabalenka. So Keys really needs this number to be high, even more than Sabalenka. Sabalenka 5 double faults, but most of those were in the first set. She's got that down. She's got that more down. That was probably early nerves, I think, particularly of how Keys was playing. Very similar winners to unforced errors. I don't know that this is completely accurate. Also, everybody will have different stats on winners and unforced errors. Like, if every single person writes down a player's unforced errors in a match, everybody's going to have a different stat there. It's very subjective, but go Keys. Yeah. But, yeah, it's more important for Keys to make second serves if this goes to a tiebreaker. It's Keys again at love 15 here. Sabalenka to serve. Big serve backhand of Keys down the line. Keys has the finish line in sight to try to get a first major title. Last year, there were no first-time major champions on the women's side. It was Sabalenka in Australia. It was Sabalenka in New York. It was Swiatek at Roland Garros. And it was, she goes for another big backhand down the line, misses at 15-30. It was Krejcikova at Wimbledon. No new major champions. The last time we had a major champion, it was also an American player, Coco Gauff. But Coco Gauff was like, what, 19, 20 years old? Madison Keys is 29. This would be a new level. Like, this would be a really phenomenal thing to see. Historic, you would say, in a lot of ways. Forehand, Keys gets it with a great get. Sabalenka goes right back to Keys to the forehand. That's not where you want to go. 2 match points for Maddie Keys at 7-5. In the semifinals, it was Swiatek who had match points against Keys, and Keys managed to come back. Keys will remember that well, and she will try to finish this off right here, right now. 2 championship points and an opportunity of a lifetime for a player who could not deserve it more. What a tournament she's played. 15-40. Serve Sabalenka down the tee, backhand slice. That's going to go out 30-40, one saved. Once again, guys, please don't forget to subscribe to Quality Shot Tennis. Check out the podcast that we do on this channel as well. New Tennis Era podcast that I do for the channel. Will be here with more live streams. Here we go. 30-40. Serve from Sabalenka now. The 19th seed trying to take out the world number 1 and stop the three-peat. Backhand of Keys. That's a big shot and it goes in. Forehand inside out. She's got to take her chances here. Oh, and she does it. Madison Keys. Get out of town. And of course, it was going to be a big forehand winner inside out. Sabalenka's furious. Highest level of the match in that third set for sure. Sabalenka never quite played her best game, but she played a good final. Madison Keys played a great tournament. A first major title. Sabalenka decimates her racket, but it is Keys in tears at 29 years old. Losing to Sabalenka the semis of the U.S. Open. Losing to the final of the U.S. Open. She gets it done in Australia down under. And this is a dream come true for an American player that could not deserve it more. Hell yeah. I said Keys in 3. What did I say? I'm not all... Listen. If I say a prediction, sometimes it comes true. You know, I guess that was obvious anyway, but sometimes it comes true, right? I said Keys has got this. Listen, when a player saves a match point, it's over, right? They feel like they have nothing to lose. Madison Keys in tears. Very nice sight. All right. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like all that stuff. What a match. What a third set. Confirmed this is the first women's final to go at least 5-5 in the third set since 2012. US Open. I appreciate it. Jacobo or Jacobo. Sorry. I don't know how to say that name, but Dios mío. Let's go Keys. Yes. Wow. I knew it, right? I knew it. When Keys took out Swiatek, I was like, this girl she's playing out unreal. She's playing like the world number 1. And it's not like she only did that for one match. She played outrageous against Rybakina. She was clutch at the end. She was like calm, but also like very intense. And she just had that vibe about her. Like she was going to go on a title run. Took out Rybakina, Swiatek, and Sabalenka back to back. What the hell? Are you kidding me? Who has ever had a run like that? Well, that's got to be one of the best runs in a while. 7-5 in the third over Sabalenka. Like Jacobo was saying, and sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name, but it's the first women's final to go 5-5 in the third in a while. So shout out to Madison Keys. What a great sight. What a great way to start the year with a Madison Keys title. Unreal. Who picked her to win the title beforehand? Not many, right? Big smile on her face. You love to see the excitement as well. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Let's go. Madison Keys is a Grand Slam champion. Let's go. That's a nice reality to live in. I've been waiting for her to do that. She should be a Grand Slam champion. Hell yeah. Back to her career high of number 7. Back to her career high of number 7. Very likely going to break into the top 5 at some point, especially if Rybakina keeps being inconsistent, and Pegula as well, honestly. And also Paolini. She could get up to number 4 for sure, if not higher. Who knows? But yeah. First player to have a chance of who's in contention to really have a chance to win the calendar slam is Madison Keys. I don't think that's going to happen, but man, she's playing unreal. On clay courts, that'll be tough. Anyway, on hard court, she played phenomenal in Australia. Wow, great job, Madison. Absolutely, Annabelle. All right, I'm going to head out. It is very late for me. I'm not going to stick around for the press, but I appreciate you guys tuning in. Check out the New Tennis Era podcast that I do for this channel. There's going to be more coming out, so remember the name of the podcast, New Tennis Era Podcast. There's so much more to come with that. Trust me. And yeah, it was a great win. 7-5 in the third. Thanks. This stream was a lot of fun, even though it's like almost 6 in the morning. 6-3, 2-6, 7-5. Madison Keys playing some of the best tennis we've seen in a while in the first and third sets, and it's the tennis she's been playing throughout the tournament. And yeah, what a run from Keys. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Madison Keys is a Grand Slam champion, and you absolutely love to see it. Deserves it. See you guys at the next one.
as we